Hey guys, Michael with Quiet One. I wanted to go ahead and do a full review on the Greenworks commercial 25-inch mowers we've been using this year. I did kind of a short review about a month ago on what our feedback was so far. But we've been using these. We've got this one, which is the older model, which is gray, and we've got one of the green ones, which is the newer model. It's painted green. They're basically the same, but the green one has, I think the blade speed is a little bit higher for the green one, so it's tends to cut a little bit better. These things are filthy. We've just been using them, so I didn't have time to really clean it up. After, as I said in a previous video, the first one of these we bought, we ended up having to take back to the dealership because it died after probably about 150 or 200 hours of use. They replaced it with this one, and this one already has issues with it, so we probably only put another maybe 100 hours on it, maybe 150, and the self-propel is going out in it. So you see right here where I'm pressing the self-propel, sometimes it engages, sometimes it doesn't. So there's already an issue with it. Based on our use, these things, they say they're commercial, but from our experience, they're definitely not commercial grade as far as being heavy duty. What we love about them is just how light they are, how maneuverable they are, and how much faster they are than like a 21-inch mower, because that extra 4 inches of width, really does make a big difference. But they're just, unfortunately with these designs, they just don't seem to be able to handle daily use. They're meant to be, stuck in your trailer and used for a couple of backyards with small gates, once or twice a week. But as far as using them the way we are commercially every day, mowing between 10 and 12, 13 properties a day, they're not tending to hold up very well. The reasons I say that is this thing's not very durable. One is the things I'm talking about that are breaking on it, but also just how it's built. It's very flimsy. It's not built very heavy duty. The blades are very thin. These blades, if you hit a pine cone or a piece of mulch, it can put a 1/4-inch divot in the blades. These blades are much thinner than the 21-inch Ego mower blades. And in fact, these blades are actually the same ones that they put on their residential version, the 25-inch that they sell at Lowe's. Our dealer didn't have any blades, so we had to order some online, and we ordered it from Lowe's, and they were the same exact part number. So there's no difference that I can tell, besides a few cosmetic things, between this mower and their residential 25-inch mower. So like I said, the good thing about this thing is it's very maneuverable. It's much easier to turn than a longer mower like the Ego. Because it has a shorter wheelbase because of the two blades. It's very light, so it's just not made very heavy duty. Now I have heard that they are making, and it's actually going to be ready for production, a 30-inch mower. And I've heard a rumor that it's going to be available this fall, not even next year, but this fall by GIE. And it's supposed to be much heavier duty than this mower. So crossing my fingers, I'm hoping that's true. But so far with this, it hasn't held up like we expected it to. The newer version, the green one we have, seems to be doing fine. We haven't really had any issues with it thus far, but I'll keep you guys updated. We've probably only put 100 hours or so on that one. As far as the cut on these is pretty good, but we are getting into the thick season, the fast growing season for our warm season grasses in our area. If you're from an area with cool season grass, your grass is growing like crazy in the spring and the fall. But if you're in the south and you have warm season grass, it loves the heat, it loves the humidity. And during the middle of the summer when it's 100 degrees plus, that's when this grass is growing like crazy. And that's what we've had here because we've been getting rain every day. It's the heat index the other day was 115, and this grass is just exploding right now. And this mower, when you get on some of these thicker lawns like this one right here, it's not keeping up that well. It seems like it leaves a lot of stragglers. It kind of leaves a mohawk in the middle where the two blades are if you try to go too fast. And I'm not saying, we do have to double cut, but I'm not saying that you don't have to do that with pretty much any mower. Even my Mean Green Stalker, we'd have to do a lot of double cutting in similar conditions, or the Ego. But it does seem like the Ego, when I compare it to like an Ego push mower, they seem to do a little bit better in the thick grass. Now, this grass during the spring and fall for us, when the grass isn't growing so so much, I love it because it's lightweight, it's very maneuverable, and it gives a great cut. I've been using some, off and on, this Ego 20-inch mower that I, have had for 5 years, that I bought for $100 on Craigslist, just for the battery and the charger. I've pretty much never done anything to it, and I've been using this one when the other two mowers were out, the 25s, and it seems like it's doing a great job cutting. I haven't had any issues with it. I've actually had it in the pouring rain and mowing, and and just to see if it would die, because I just wanted to see. But that's the good thing about these Ego mowers, is they're just so dependable. Aside from all the problems with their batteries, the mowers themselves seems to hold up really well. Other thing about this mower is we have several batteries for it, but with this thick grass, sometimes we have to charge on the go. Hot as it is, when we try to charge these batteries, a lot of times we can't charge them in the field because they're just overheated and they're too hot, and you have to give them a lot of time to cool off. I've never had that issue with Ego batteries. We've always been able to charge even if it was 100 degrees outside. I understand these are extreme conditions, but that is difficult when you're trying to get through the day, and you need just a little bit more juice, but you're not able to charge because the batteries or the charger are overheated. Like I said, there's some things I like about it, but unfortunately, if I had it to do over again, I would not buy these for commercial use for what we're doing. I'm really hoping, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, that the 30 that's coming out is going to be what they say it is, and if it is, we'll be very quickly upgrading from these to those. But thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below.